And new information now, a Madison County jury found this former Huntsville nurse, Marjorie Capello, guilty of poisoning and killing her husband. WAAY 31's Nicole Zedek was in the courtroom as that guilty verdict was read. Nicole, what was it like inside the courtroom?
Dan, there was an almost anxious feeling inside the courtroom, especially because the jurors came down with their verdict just so quickly. They were only in the deliberation room for not even an hour, and once they came back into the courtroom, they read that guilty verdict. Marjorie Nikki Capello, they found her guilty of poisoning and killing her husband nearly 4 years ago. Now, prosecutors say they aren't surprised that the jurors came back with a verdict so quickly, because to them, there was a clear case against Marjorie that she did in fact poison her husband, James, with insulin. Insulin that she stole from the North Alabama Specialty Hospital in Athens, where she worked. Although a lot of the evidence presented during the trial was circumstantial, prosecutors say with witness testimony and a timeline of events, they were able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Capello did in fact commit murder.
The defense has based their whole case on the idea that without a medical cause of death, you can't prove that a murder has been committed. That's not the law in the state of Alabama. When, as in this case, you tell somebody, I'm going to kill a man with insulin, you are caught with insulin, the man dies of what appears to be insulin, and then you tell somebody else, I killed that man with insulin, it doesn't matter that the doctor can no longer tell what the cause of death is.
During the trial, jurors heard from an expert witness who described just how small insulin needles are. So small that they don't even leave a mark when inserted. So investigators were never able to find exactly where Marjorie injected her husband, James Capello. But this small factor, it didn't sway the jury, and they still came back with that guilty verdict. Now, after the verdict was read, I spoke with the family of James Capello, and his sister said that after hearing that guilty verdict that she's been waiting for almost 4 years now, she cried happy tears. I'll have more on the family's reaction and their message to Marjorie Capello. All of that tonight on WAAY 31 News at 10. Reporting live in Huntsville, Nicole Zedek, WAAY 31 News.